Hello, I'm Philip Rice, CEO and founder of Transit Hopper, the revolutionary new app that's changing the transit industry for the better. Before we get too far into what Transit Hopper is, I'd like to kick you over to a video and show you the basic value proposition. So welcome back. As you can see in that video, there's a value here that's not being captured by the market. One where people are frustrated trying to get through lines, figure out new transit authorities. That's where Transit Hopper comes in. Transit Hopper intends to help you plan, purchase your tickets, and it even gives you recommendations on where to go to eat. It's a market opportunity that's not being met by any other app in the market right now. The basic idea is focusing in on the customer that's using the app, helping them use it wherever they go, and making their experience better. That's where Transit Hopper excels. Now, if you're like most Americans, you've probably traveled for business. But did you know that over 450 million business trips are planned and executed in the U.S. every year? That means over 1 million people traveling every single day. Overwhelmingly, some 67% of these are using planes, trains, and/or buses. That means transit systems, and that's where Transit Hopper comes in and helps the person find value. Right now, there's no app that connects them all and makes it easy for the user, nor is there an app that helps you plan your trip ahead of time, figure out where you want to go, and gives you recommendations on where to eat. All of this is great for the user and it helps drive value into an industry that's pretty much focused on the industry itself. Now, what are the unique benefits of Transit Hopper? Is it like every other app out there? Well, the answer is no. It's very clear. There are several apps in the transit industry in the United States, and all they do is integrate one piece of one city. No value there. This app integrates them all. It integrates payment across transit authorities, helps the user plan and purchase their tickets ahead of time. No more waiting in lines or stressing out about whether or not you're going to make your train. And once it gets to know you, it makes customer-centric recommendations on where to eat, things you might like to see and do when you're in this new city. That's the unique value that Transit Hopper drives. It's not based so much on the app. It's based on getting to know the user and helping them have a better life. Next up is management capabilities. Starting up is me, Philip Rice, CEO and founder of Transit Hopper. I'm a world traveler. I've been in most queues in most transit industries around the world. I've driven on planes, trains, all kinds of buses, cars, yaks, even had a few sled dogs lick me in the face. That gives me a unique perspective on what the customer needs and the value proposition that Transit Hopper needs to drive home. On top of that, I've recently completed my MBA with Washington State University, and I'm ready and prepped to help this business grow. Next up in our management team is Michael McHugh. He's our Director of Sales and Client Communication. He holds a BA in Communication with a minor in Marketing. He has experience in the United States Marine Corps with supply and fiscal related jobs, and he's ready and prepped to help us achieve more. Next up is Mindy Nelson, our Director of Advertising and Marketing. Mindy has a PhD in Public Administration and vast experience working with public and private sectors. She's recently transitioned to help her family business grow and flourish, and now she's coming to Transit Hopper to help us do the same. Next up is Bo Perschbacher, our Director of Technology and Training. Bo has extensive experience in website development, application development, and he also has experience in the tourism and transit industry. Finally, Eric Nelson, our Director of Research and Development. Eric is an airline pilot. He's used to flying in and out of all kinds of cities all around the United States. He knows how to use their systems, the flaws, the drawbacks, and he has a keen insight to help Transit Hopper deliver value to the customer. For legal considerations, Transit Hopper will be an LLC, a limited liability corporation, founded in Seattle, and they'll procure local legal, accounting, and auditing help as needed. For cultural considerations, Transit Hopper is strongly committed to diversity. We understand that a rich world around us means people from different places. We are committed to hiring people based on ethnicity and their abilities, and making sure that we represent the communities that they come from. After all, That's the customer we serve. Transit Hopper has several unique benefits. First among these is that we're the only app that integrates across municipalities. Every other app, there's like 60 of them in the industry, only serves one municipality. Transit Hopper intends to integrate various municipalities so that users only have to have one app. Further, we're offering services in 3 distinct market segments, something that no other app is doing right now, which gives us a unique benefit across all of our competitors. And finally, it's our customer-centric approach. We're really going to understand that customer, give them surveys, find out more about them, offer them offerings with people in their community, businesses in their community, get to know more about them as a way of driving a future sustainable competitive advantage. And it's through those unique benefits that we're going to do it. In terms of ethical considerations, Transit Hopper has to primarily worry about logon security. It's online. There will be users, there will be unique information that people could ostensibly use in the wrong fashion. To counter this, we've paid for unique security access as part of our seed money ask. We know that it's going to be a chief concern for our users and we want to take care of them. Some other considerations are the cost of the app itself and surcharges. We won't be charging for the app and we won't be charging surcharges. Rather, our focus is customer-centric. We're going to develop value based on understanding our user base. And then we're going to work with platforms across marketing agencies, work into the communities where we do our business, and understand how we can develop click-through advertising value as a way of generating funds. It's not about charging our users, but it's about delivering value to them. Now, we've talked about the market segments. It's nice to know what we plan to target initially, but does that give Transit Hopper a sustained competitive advantage? The answer is no. Like most apps, we could be copied and followed. It's not in that we offer a value of a particular type. It's that our approach is uniquely customer-centric. We focus on getting to know our customer, getting to know what they like and what they don't like, and then pivoting, just like we're doing and seeding this initial startup, into those markets that the customer is finding value in. That's the sustained competitive advantage. Uniting into new areas. It might be another form of transit that we have to integrate and show value into. And we're willing to do that. We're willing to use integrations across data points, across authority levels, across jurisdictions as our standard operating procedure, if you will. And that is our sustained competitive advantage. Offering value now is where we get the usership. And then as we move forward, we sustain that usership by focusing on creating value and delivering. Now let's talk about market opportunity. Transit Hopper aims to focus on 3 pieces of the travel industry. These market segments are trip planning, purchase of fare, and add-ons. And what that means is it gives us a vast opportunity to unite and give value across 3 pieces of the market that are currently underserved. In terms of trip planning, 70% of the United States trips are currently started in the planning phase on a mobile application. That's where Transit Hopper plans to get in there, offer that value. But it's not a standalone feature. When you offer the fare purchase along with the trip planning, now you see an integrated market opportunity. And when you add in the fact that we know you through a customer-centric approach, we know your taste, we know what you like to eat, and we can offer you recommendations, it's obvious that the market is laid over with 3 unique pieces that no other app in the industry is offering. It's value that's not being served, and Transit Hopper plans to make good use of it.